Are you ready to grind? It's Sports 56 Grind Time with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Zane. Now, here's Peter and Anthony.
Let go. Let go. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Put up on your head. Out. Again. We here. When I say week,
you say week. Day in? What are we? League? What are we doing?
One of the greatest.
Yeah, you just can't leave certain words out, man. Because this generation is like, what is he talking about?
What is he talking about?
When I say week.
When I say week,
you say
something. Nothing. Everybody just confused.
Weekly reader? What are we talking about?
When I say weekly, you say
reader.
Weekly.
Props to Memphis City
When
Schools.
I say wordly, you say wise. Wordly.
When I say channel, you say one channel. So y'all know nothing about it. Shout out to Memphis City Schools.
Yeah. Must be a square one, man.
Oh, yeah.
The learner wheel.
When I say math,
TLW.
you say net.
Math. Net.
Come on now. Oh, what was this? Dirk. Oh man.
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Come on now. Oh man,
Gumshoes. All right, gumshoe.
Darren, it's good having a third voice who's in our generation who we can just go back with. Yeah.
Hey man, that's what I said. The only thing you missed was the TLW, the learner wheel. Like, y'all forgot to slide that one in there some way somehow.
See what y'all know about plus and minus, man, and pinwheel and all that kind of stuff. Come on,
Pinwheel, man.
the fake burden earning.
Calliope.
Yeah, what y'all know about that, man? Anyway,
What's up, everybody? Welcome into Grind Time on a Friday. Yeah, we made it to the end of the week, and you've already made it halfway through your work day. So we're going to take you through the rest of it, or your school day if you're listening to us in class. I mean, I'm not going to say that's the best thing to do, but it's not the worst thing to do either. I think a lot of people say you learn more from us than you do from school. Mm-hmm. Learn different words, different ways to talk, different ways to dealing with problems, that kind of stuff. Like we that's what we're here for. Mm-hmm. So if you want to just learn, sitting underneath the learning tree, and meditate for a little bit, next couple hours, you can do that here. Old Anthony, 2 computers saying over here.
Oh yeah, you know me, your boy. I got 2 computers,
2 laptops,
laptop. Drop top.
My brother-in-law calls me PD2 bowls because sometimes I eat 2 bowls of his chili. He's like PD2, but you want PD2 bowls? You want 2 bowls of chili? It's good, man. It's good. I can't say no.
While you're speaking to school, please give me a moment to give a shout out to all the listeners. You guys know I asked you all to help with Gabe's fundraiser he had at school. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm not sure where he finished, but Gabe finished high enough to win the prize of being able to slime his principal, which was the highest tier of prizes you could get. So
that's beautiful right there.
So shout out to all you all who hit me up, hit Gabe's fundraiser up. I think he might have been the highest in the class because they called Gabe's name out first. So I don't know, but I appreciate you guys for that. Gabe, big time money. Big money guy. Yeah.
Big money saying.
Yeah.
Were they raising money for the school or just in general, or were they?
It was the walkathon thing they did. So I'm guessing it was for some other organization. I'd assume. I hope this wasn't money for the school. And that whole thing was a joke as well because those kids were not.
I don't even know where the money went. Raised money for something or somebody.
Yeah, they were supposed to take 6 laps around their little park thing. That did not happen. It's like, these kids are not walking 6 laps.
Last time my son did they made him run like for real. It was for real. 26 laps. They were all like. They made him check mark on the back of their shirt every time they didn't want to check on the back of the shirt when you did a lap. And at the end, everyone's just it was hot. It was like September, so it was like 95 degrees.
Yeah, this was far from that.
Yeah, it was A bunch of people having like heat stroke. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, but thanks to y'all for real. Again.
Good job, everybody. Way to go. Way to be generous out there. Today on the show, we're going to talk about we're going to talk a lot of hoops, obviously, at this time of year. We're going to talk a lot of college football this time of year with our good friend Adam Kramer, who's going to join us. Kari Thompson will join us to talk about whatever the hell Kari's going to talk about. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know. None of us really know.
Yeah.
We'll find out. We'll find out when Kari wants to talk. That's coming up in hour number 2. It's always good. I always enjoy it, but I don't exactly know what he's bringing to the table. So we're going to talk about that with Kari. If you want to join us, you can on the AutoZone listener line. Call or text, baby. It's the same number. So whatever you want to do it. 901-360-8255. Sam, you back checking the listener line because you weren't checking?
Yeah, I was protesting yesterday. I'm back. Even though I'm here on location from Family Leisure, sitting in front of the trampoline section right now.
That's right. You like the little trampoline section. That seems like that's kind of your area.
I never had one of those as a kid. I grew up in poverty, so.
Well, I never had one either. I grew up in poverty, but I never had a trampoline. So.
I remember going to our friends' houses. I remember when we made the trek, moving from South Memphis to Hickory Hill. When Hickory Hill, before it was Hickory Hood, And the white kids in the neighborhood would invite you over and they had trampolines. I thought I was in heaven.
No street lights.
With each jump, I felt like I was going into heaven.
You were.
Yeah.
You were getting closer to God with each jump. And that's why you got your friend, and the friend would like boost you with the power jump, and then you'd end up somebody would go and like fall between the cracks and break their arm. And all that.
Yeah.
It's just that's
damage
classic.
their manhood.
It's classic kid stuff right there. That's what you do. You do a little flip, all that. You remember you jump and like the one person like stop. You jump on there. It's this classic trampoline stuff.
Can I read a text?
Also, the nets around the trampoline now. I mean, that's
Now, who's got time for that?
Back in the day, it was we were raw dogging it. It was just
if you fell off, you just fell off.
Fell off. It was broken bones, probably.
Yeah. Let me read this text.
Oh my Lord!
Let me read this text, man. My bad. Let me read this.
Come on, Anthony Sade.
Let me read this text from earlier this morning. It says,
give that text. Somebody's texting you, apparently.
Yeah, something. It says, I think Nolly Williams and Quinones will get a shot in the NBA. That's not happening. Yeah, but that's all. I just wanted to get that out.
I mean, I think they'll get a shot in the terms of like, they can show up and they may be able to go to a training camp at some point.
Yeah.
I can't imagine beyond that too much. G League, the G League guys.
Yeah.
Quinones look good.
There's several pros on that Tigers team. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about all. We are going to talk about all that. Of course, if you want to get in touch with us, then please feel free to do so. Jump on into the mix right here. A whole lot going on this morning and around the league. So tonight, obviously, we have a lot to discuss. The Grizzlies will take on the Suns tonight. Tomorrow. Tigers back in action with football and basketball. So a busy Tiger day tomorrow. Do you, just out of curiosity, have you noticed around the league, around the NBA and around, I can't speak for all of college basketball just yet.
Right.
But there's some discussion going on amongst decision makers in leagues because the revenue is declining a little bit. Because it seems as though people that used to go to games might not be coming back to games. That people's habits may have changed as a result of 18 months of COVID isolation. Maybe you don't have the same job, or maybe you don't have a job, or maybe your job's not as flexible.
Or you just replaced that time.
Or maybe you just kind of decided that you didn't necessarily need to go. Do you notice? Do you think that that's a thing? Is that a permanent kind of thing, or is that something these teams need to consider?
I think there's a few other factors too. Of course, certain arenas like the FedEx Forum has the COVID mandates, the mask mandates, all those type of things, and I think those things are affecting the league across the board. I also think that the NBA needs to find ways to be more user-friendly and fan-friendly in these type of situations, considering we're technically still in the middle of a pandemic. I mean, COVID is not gone. So I think that teams need to do something like maybe make tickets cheaper, just have more family-friendly packages, something to get more people, get people back into that swing, like you said, because that is something I hadn't really thought about. That people have replaced that time with other things, whether it be family time And another thing too about the pandemic, man, a lot of people's families just don't look the same. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be the cabin fever effect of the pandemic made things go. It made some marriages stronger, and it made some families break up. I mean, it just happened. I know people on both sides of it. So I think all those things come into play. That like the pandemic just affected so much of our lives, and we've readjusted to do other things now. But I think it's up to the leagues. You can't just come back because in some cases tickets are more expensive. They're trying to make up for the shortfall with charging the people who are able to come on board and all those type of things. I think they should do something to make it cheaper. You're already taking the loss. Make these tickets cheaper and get these people in the building, whatever it costs. Whether that means because I know the Grizzlies are great about things like giving away tickets to kids. I was a long time benefited, even though I was working in youth ministry. I a long time. I had tickets to any Grizzly game I wanted for like a 10-year run almost. So I know that they're very good about things like that. They should try to do something, not just the Grizzlies, but the NBA should try to do something to get more people in those seats for sure.
Well, see, that's the thing is that I think that people's behaviors have changed. I think people's habits have changed. I think people have realized that maybe they want to do something else, as you say, or maybe they're still not comfortable being in that setting,
right?
Or maybe they're not. They don't comply with the vaccine mandates. Who knows? I mean, there's lots of reasons why that might be. But I do think that down the line, I think leagues have a tough time figuring out long-term solutions to these things. And I think if you look at the NHL, for example, the NHL was, for a long time in the 80s and 90s with Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux and all that, pretty popular, pretty front of people's minds. The ratings were pretty good. They were much more prominent. And then they kind of faded into sort of a regional kind of thing. And a lot of it had to do with their TV deal, and a lot of it had to do with the way that they viewed long-term fan connections, where they expanded what markets they expanded to. They did some wrong expansion, all that stuff. So, you can see the result of that now. Boxing, you can see the result of boxing has faded. Now it's only kind of coming back a little bit, but it's faded for a long time. Due to all kinds of just different stuff. I mean, like the titles were all mishmash. The sport got too expensive. The pay-per-views were crazy. All that stuff. What I mean is, it over the course of time, you might be okay for a year or two or 3 or 5 even, but like down the line, the NBA has to be very careful, and the same is true for even college football, college hoops. You got to take care of the fans, and you got to make it a fun product to go and see, because I'm of the opinion that you're not going to fall in love with it until you see it. You got to actually be there. You got to be there. You got to be a part of it. And you got to make that appealing. Right now, with everything being in 4K, you're out here, like you're watching. You can go to the house. You can watch whatever you want, whenever you want. You have to, does anybody want to go through the pain in the ass to go drive here and do this and that? Yeah, if it's worth it. If it's worth it, if it's an awesome thing, but if it's just kind of, you're going through the motions with the way that they present things and all that, then it's just not going to be worth it. Look at every time I look at college football this year, I'm watching college football. These are some big games, and I'm seeing 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 empty. I'm not talking about Liberty Bowl. We know Liberty Bowl is going to have 30 to 35,000. That's a nice crowd. That's fine. Crowds have been fine. Attendance has been fine.
Places that historically.
I'm talking like Florida, like LSU, even Tennessee, Arkansas, like places that are normally pretty solid. You're seeing 15,000 empty seats, 20,000 empty seats. You gotta these fan behavior has changed, and you're gonna have to work harder to get people back into those seats. Right. And I for the Grizzlies, speaking just because, talking about the Grizzlies, they're going to have to, vary things up. They're going to have to change up going to have to add some incentive. They're going to have to make it a little more appealing. Right. Watching around the league, there's lots of creative stuff that's happening
for sure
that isn't happening here.
For sure.
And
and it's bigger than the vaccine thing. I mean, that's one obvious answer. The vaccine situation.
Yeah, that's certainly going to help.
But I'm also the thought that if there wasn't a vaccine mandate, you still wouldn't have a lot of people there because people are like, I'm not just gonna go in here and just free for all. You know
I don't think it'd be a major difference one way or the other.
Exactly.
I don't get the sense that there's a huge difference there.
Yeah.
But they just got it's something that they're gonna have to. A lot of these teams are gonna have to work hard to do, and it could start tonight as the Grizzlies take on the Phoenix Suns. Grizzlies will not have Dillon Brooks, who's going to be out with his maintenance program.
I almost walked out. I almost left, man. I can't deal with it. I forgot all about that until you said something.
But he's coming back. He's coming back. It's I think it's more of a wind and conditioning thing than it is a hand thing. He's coming back.
So he's pre-tired.
Exactly. The body is. They have all the analytics about the recovery and all that stuff. So
I can't deal with it, Peter. I'm about to go on a rant, man. I feel it boiling.
Okay. All right. Well, you might get more Conchar than tonight.
Oh my God, I'm about to. The room's spinning. The room's.
Here it comes.
My blood pressure's
about to faint.
I can't take it, bro. I can't take it.
Boom! There it's gonna be. Right there. All right. So we'll talk about that when we come back. Hopefully, we're going to get a chance to chat with our buddy Adam Kramer about the entire slate of college football games. There's a bunch of good ones. We'll talk about it when we continue here live from the Family Leisure Studios right here on this Friday. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 98.5.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey, congratulations on the new time slot.
Thanks, and congratulations to you for, let's say, doing commercials for Central Barbecue.
That was very diplomatic.
Hey, doing commercials for Central Barbecue is nothing to sneeze at. You get to tell everyone about the best slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue there is, plus all the other great things at Central Barbecue, like the ribs and the smoked chicken wings and the great bologna sandwich. You get to tell them about those things.
Actually, you just did. You just did the one job I had to do today.
I mean, I didn't mean to.
Fine. You get the new time slot, and you get to tell everyone about Central Barbecue.
Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. Fall is in the air, and so are Choate's Early Bird Specials. Right now, receive $1,000 off the purchase of a new Carrier gas furnace. Carrier furnaces come with some of the best warranties in the industry, and Choate's has been professionally installing them for over 60 years. As a Carrier factory authorized dealer, Choate's also offers competitive financing solutions for you and your family. If your heating system is in good shape, make sure you take advantage of Choate's Early Bird Tune-Up Special for $60. This tune-up is an in-depth 20-point inspection to make sure your furnace is ready for the winter season ahead. So call 347-8086 to schedule your Early Bird Special today. And turn to the experts with Choate's and let our family serve your family.
Taco Bell presents a get-out-of-bedtime story. It's time to wake up from this amazing dream, even though you're jet skiing on lemonade. How extreme! And oh, look at that, you just won the lottery. Is that a castle? Take the keys, it's your property. What's better than swimming in space? Just wait for the big reveal. It's Taco Bell breakfast and it's actually real. So it's time to wake up and bid your dreams farewell. Because toasted breakfast burritos are waiting for you, only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only.
Acura of Memphis invites you to experience the all-new, completely redesigned 2022 Acura MDX. It's the most advanced SUV Acura has ever built. Experience the convenience of full connectivity, including built-in Alexa, Wi-Fi hotspot, and wireless charging, from the stunning interior, complete with third-row seating. Stop by our state-of-the-art facility and take advantage of our aggressive APR offers today at Ridgeway and 385. Or shop online from the convenience of home now. Visit AcuraofMemphis.com.
There's nothing more frustrating than when your garage door breaks down. You're trying to get to work and it just won't open. What's the deal? Well, I'm not a garage door expert, but my friends at New Day Overhead Doors are. I was using New Day to fix my garage way before they came aboard with us. They are your one-stop shop for all your garage door and garage door opener maintenance needs. True professionals. And get this, New Day will beat their major competitors' price, oftentimes by half. That's half the price. 30 years experience, honest, dependable, family-owned business. Don't ignore those strange noises your garage door may be making. It's New Day Overhead Doors for a simple repair or new garage door opener system. To schedule your appointment, call 901-351-5177. That's 901-351-5177. New Day Overhead Doors.
Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
Oh, man. We got to make a segment where we break down 36 Mafia lyrics. That's what we did over the break, and it was, man, classic.
I thought you were hitting us with that new Silk Sonic, man.
It dropped today?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. Finally came out.
I thought it was supposed to drop like next year or something.
No, finally.
Oh, man, I'm tripping.
I know. It's good. It's really good.
Dang, they did drop this year.
Listen to it this morning. It's real good. Come on.
All right, what's going to do better? Taylor Swift album or this? Or
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. The whole Swift crew is going, come on, man. None of us can touch Taylor Swift.
Look at it. It's only 9 songs, man. Get out of here. I know. And we done heard 3 of them already.
I know.
It's good. Don't sleep.
It's
Don't sleep on it. It's very good.
Yeah, I'm a bump. As soon as they leave, they're going to say, take the. You remember that song? Yeah, we going to bump. Yeah, we going to bump. As soon as you leave, they're like, man, take that mess and dub it.
Man, take that and dub it, man.
You remember that? You remember that joint?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
Man, take that and dub it, man.
Come on, man. Francis Menances, man.
Francis Menances, yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, so let's talk about the world of college football with our good friend. He is the one and only Adam Kramer, who joins us now. Adam, good afternoon to you. How do you how you like the slate? How you like the way things are looking this week?
It's a good slate. It's a very good slate. If you we got Cincinnati tonight, which is not a great game, but is interesting because they've been bad against teams they shouldn't be bad against. But Baylor, Oklahoma, Michigan, Penn State, Purdue, Ohio State, up and down, man. We've got some pretty good options here.
Do you think? I mean, give me the scenario that works for Cincinnati to get into the playoff at this point.
Well, there are a slew of scenarios, but Oklahoma losing, which I think they could do this week, helps. Oregon losing another game helps. Ohio State losing, and I don't think it'll be this week, helps. But I think Oklahoma, that's a game that's very interesting for Cincinnati, and I think Oregon's got some pretty interesting games coming up. Oregon State, that could get dicey. So I think it's not necessarily a series of things that need to happen. Like a lot of things have gone right for for Cincinnati to put them in a position because look, they've been the last 3 weeks. Like it's not.
Yeah, but everybody's been except for Georgia. Basically, that's the deal.
And that's exactly it. I think so. Even though they've been we have to kind of keep them in place. So all they need is for teams to keep stockpiling L's, man. I mean, that's really the formula. And I think there's a chance that happens.
Okay, so one loss, Big 12 champion Oklahoma, one loss, Pac-12 champion Oregon. Does Cincinnati, undefeated Cincinnati, pass either of those?
Well, one loss Oregon, which they already have, is a problem. Yep. Like if Oregon doesn't lose another game, Oregon's going to be.
They're good to go. Okay.
They're good to go. I mean, they've already, that Ohio State win is aging very well. The committee clearly thinks highly of it, but man, Oregon plays at Utah, and right now Utah would be favored in that game in a couple weeks, right? So they play Oregon State, which is no joke. So I think you need Oregon to lose another game. One loss Oklahoma is a doozy, right? Because Oklahoma's schedule has been very easy. It gets hard starting now. Baylor, Iowa State, Oklahoma State. I think Oklahoma, one loss, has a chance, if they win the Big 12, has a chance to push it. But still, the committee has made it pretty clear that Oklahoma has to show them something. And I'm going to be honest, if they lose a game this week, they're going to fall into 12, 13? I don't know. Cincinnati's very live in that argument.
Adam, you correctly predicted that Purdue would be. Well, you picked it. Purdue would cover last weekend, and they actually won the game.
Boy, did they ever!
Yeah, what did you see ahead of time to make you feel like that Purdue had a chance to win that game?
the point spread for starters was very conducive to say everybody was going to bet Michigan State, but Purdue's good. I mean, we could translate it forward to this week, which I'm struggling with, but Purdue has a great wide receiver in Bell. They've got great defensive ends that can make teams uncomfortable. They're pretty explosive. Now, I didn't think Purdue would throw for over 500 yards. That was a bit of extreme, but I thought it would be. I've seen this Purdue team enough that I thought it would be explosive. I'll translate it over to this week. This is a really interesting point spread with Ohio State. 21 points. Purdue's beat 2 top 5 teams, but you got to go on the road now and play Ohio State. I know that everybody in the public is going to probably line up to bet Purdue. Wow, you give me Purdue and 3 touchdowns. This game, if you guys remember, earlier in the year, Georgia-Arkansas. Arkansas was a 20-point dog to Georgia. And the thought generally, and I bet Georgia in this game, I've been wrong a lot. Okay, I was right here. I said, that line is big for a reason, buyer beware. And Georgia obviously was dominant. I don't trust Ohio State as much to be dominant. I just am really struggling to figure out what we get as an encore for Purdue in this game. 21 points just seems like a lot for a pretty good team.
Well, it's it's down to the time of year when you start to really have to make those kinds of decisions about who's real and who's not. And I think the one team that has been immune to all of that has been Georgia. I mean, they've been pretty much rock solid from the very beginning. I mean, even their hiccups are not really hiccups to speak of. They go to Tennessee wearing all black again. So if that matters to you, then just note that's going to be the case for Tennessee. Georgia, a 20-point favorite with a total of 56. Tennessee last week, Adam, we haven't had a chance to talk about this. One of the weirdest games in football history. Scored 45 points against Kentucky, 45-42 winner. Had the ball for 13 minutes and 46 seconds, the lowest time of possession for any team to score that many points in recorded history. No one has any history of it ever happening in the past. Got outgained by 150 yards, twice the first downs. All that didn't matter. That was hypo, up-tempo offense at its best. Is this the infamous Georgia hiccup game? They've always got one every year. They got one. Is this the one that makes the Bulldog fans sweat a little bit?
So stylistically, this is fascinating, right? Tennessee is fun. I think I've said that on the show, but I want to reinforce Tennessee is fun. They are explosive. They are dangerous. But that time possession style of play is a chance to really go sideways against a team like Georgia. That said, it hasn't worked. Defensively, Georgia has been a monster. So everything else that teams have tried to do against Georgia, including Kentucky, has not worked well either. So I do think Tennessee at least can put Georgia in a position to make them uncomfortable defensively, to score points, to score multiple touchdowns, which is not normal. The issue is, because I think Tennessee's good. When you have your quarterback, you have play. Like, there's a lot. This system is fast, and Georgia has not seen anything like it. But the issue is, if you don't score quickly or you don't sustain drives, you're going to put a heck of a lot of pressure on your defense. And Georgia would much rather play in a meat grinder game, right? Like, that's not – Georgia doesn't want to play back and forth. Georgia wants to have you punt and then have a 6-minute drive that they just punch you in the face repeatedly with a really good offensive line, and that's that. So I'm not going to touch this line. I think Tennessee has the pieces and the ingredients to at least do something here to make this interesting. And if they could go up early and put a little pressure on the Georgia offense that has been stagnant at times, especially out of the gate, that would be fascinating. And yet all of it has a chance to go really bad if Georgia does what Georgia does and Tennessee can't repeat what it did last week, which they're not going to do, but they can have some success. And if that's the case, I'd be thrilled for this to be a good game.
Adam, one of the bigger games of the weekend is number 8, Oklahoma traveling to number 13, Baylor. Baylor is a 5.5-point underdog. You got them covering. Is that simply because they're playing at home, or what else are you seeing that makes you think that Baylor has a chance of covering that game?
Well, there's a few things. At home, Baylor is perfect against the spread. And I think, again, we didn't talk about that for Tennessee, but that plays a huge factor. Home field in college football this year, thankfully, is back. I just am not a huge believer in Oklahoma yet. I like Caleb Williams. Offensively, he's been fun. He's certainly had some just amazing moments since taking over for Rattler. I just think Baylor is a more balanced team. Now, look, I had TCU last week against Baylor. I thought post Gary Patterson, it was a look-ahead game. It was everything, right? You had a team in TCU that was probably fired up with an interim coach. Just this ultimate recipe for a slip-up, and it happened. I don't necessarily think that Baylor is bad as a result. This game opened at around 7. It's come down a little bit. Baylor, I think, is getting some support here in the betting market. I think Baylor is very live to win this game. I think it's a tougher place to play. I like this defense. If Baylor can score enough points total in this game, low 60s, which tells you there's going to be some activity, and I agree. I think Baylor can cover this 5.5. I think Baylor can win this game outright.
I want to talk about the coaches here. Let's talk about Dan Mullen. What the hell happened? I mean, where did we were talking up Florida? I don't know, 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago. Looked pretty good. Looked like they were cruising top 10 team, maybe doing okay for themselves, and it has just skidded to a halt in spectacular explosions, implosions. Now Todd Grantham, the whipping boy around the Florida fan base, is finally gone. Yep. But that may not be enough. Does Mullen survive this year? And what in the world? How did it get so bad so fast?
So we'll talk about his future here in a sec. But these things don't happen all at once. It takes a series of events. So go back to Alabama. Florida's 2-0. They play Alabama tough. They lose 31-29. Dan Mullen, once again, brilliant script in a huge game. We're thinking really good things at the middle to later part of September. They clobber Tennessee, which looks like a pretty good win. Kentucky is where things start to spiral. You can't lose to Kentucky if you're Florida. You can't lose to LSU this year and allow 3,000 rushing yards.
Yeah.
You get clobbered by Georgia, which you're supposed to, and then South Carolina is where the culmination of things, coupled with his public, he's not good with the media. And I hate to say that that's important, but if you're a college football coach and you're saying, we're going to talk about recruiting later, when Kirby's smart, how much time you got? He'll tell you how important recruiting is. That is the Nick Saban tree. So it's a confluence of things, and I think his future is in serious doubt. I do. I mean, you rarely come back from these moments, right? You start firing your coaches. You can do what Michigan did with Jim Harbaugh, which has actually worked out. We'll see how well it's worked out. But compared to other teams and problems, Michigan's been pretty good. Quite honestly, they've done a pretty good job.
It's been okay.
Nebraska with Scott Frost. They said, you know what? We love our guy. We're going to give him, we're going to reduce our buyout. We're going to go at this one more time. Florida is not doing that, right? If things continue to turn, if they lose to Florida State, I just don't see a positive outcome in this, whether it's this year or next. And how is he going to hire a staff? Who's going to want to be on his staff knowing you're like a bad loss away from losing your job?
It's a great question. I think it's Urban Meyer's job. I think next year let's just bring the band back together. Let's get him back. He's right there. He's not far away. Just take the old wagon a few miles west, and you're locked and loaded, buddy. You're good to go. Let's bring the band back together. Let's get it going. Here's the other question. Why is it that Ed Orgeron seems to be so much better as an interim coach, or a coach who's about to leave or I don't know, than he is as a stand-in regular coach, obviously with the exception of Joe Burrow and the great, wonderful season that was incredible. Other than that, it's been pretty wobbly for Coach O, except when he's an interim. Then his teams play like maniacs. The LSU played unbelievable against Alabama. I mean, it's crazy.
He's a great motivator. I mean, we can pick apart, and outlets have done this year with decisions he's made on and off the field, whatever. But he is a guy at USC, at LSU, and LSU again, that seems to just, when it's fire every bullet in the gun and throw the gun. Like he's accurate, right? Like that's what he's doing. Like that is, and it's hard to explain, but it's made him tens of millions of dollars. Like his ability to coach well in these situations. So kudos to them. You look at the game plan against Alabama. He talked about how stale they were defensively. All of a sudden, all these different looks coming off a bye. He was animated. It was kind of fun. We know it's going to a similar destination, right? This is not. There is definitive end here. I do think there's something to be said about going out valiantly, which he has.
Valiantly for sure. I don't know, necessarily if that's going to in the long run. Who knows? Now, speaking of Alabama, it was a pretty I don't know, an iffy kind of performance. We'll not worry about their matchup this week. I mean, they did what they had to do, and Tim Anderson was incredible, and there were some bright spots, but it was not a typical Alabama performance. And it kind of gives the idea of the team that's beaten them, Texas A&M. Texas A&M, I kind of had, I'm not gonna say written them off, obviously, but there were those two back-to-back losses that they had where they just looked like classic Jimbo Texas A&M, and they have really responded and played extremely well. And they take on Ole Miss in what I think is a really interesting game that's going to make a lot of difference in a lot of these in this division, and maybe for these two coaches as they you see Lane Kiffin trying to take it to the next level, and you see Jimbo trying to assert himself as an elite coach in the SEC. What do you make of these two teams' seasons, and then what happens this week? What happens tomorrow?
So look, A&M, you win this game. Maybe Alabama stumbles against Auburn. Mm-hmm. Maybe Alabama stumbles against Arkansas, and you're in the SEC championship, and we've got the two best defenses in the country duking it out for a playoff spot. So A&M does not control its own fate. It's fate, not destiny, because I don't want to get into it, but you know what you say. Don't say it controls its own destiny. That's dumb.
That's right.
Does not control its own fate, but they're really good. I really want to bet Ole Miss in this game, though. Like I do think this line. Right, we talked about unique styles with Georgia and Tennessee, and you have a little bit of a similar situation here, right? An A&M defense that's exceptional, but you have Ole Miss, you have home field, you have an offense that's explosive, you have a quarterback in Corral that can run a little bit, but I think it's going to push A&M a little bit harder than it's been pushed. I lean Ole Miss in this spot. I just wonder, you have a total at 57.5, which tells me as good as A&M has been defensively, like we're going to get some points here, right? Like, and that's come down about a point since it's open, but it's stood pretty much there all week. I don't know if A&M wants this to be a shootout. Now, they did it with Alabama, and they did it incredibly well. This is a little bit of a different beast to me, so I'd lean Ole Miss in this game. This is a game I'm super excited about, by the way. This is going to be a fun one.
Adam, Notre Dame and Virginia are playing another big game this weekend. You have Virginia being hold on, I read it wrong. I apologize, Adam.
5.5.
Yeah, you got them covered.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you.
You got Virginia covering the 5.5 point spread. Notre Dame is ranked 9 in the country. Again, what do you see in that game that makes you lean towards Virginia covering at home?
Yeah, sadly, I've looked at these odds so much that they become become one with them.
Right.
I think this is. We talked about this being a really good week of games, and I think this is a game that's kind of lost in the madness. Now, Virginia, last time out, gave up like a bazillion points to BYU. It was at BYU. I mean, that game was out of control. There was over 100 points scored in that game. Played at like midnight. It was fun. Off a bye, coming back home. They've got a really good offense. I think they're a really underrated team. They were on a roll against the spread, covering games before that BYU game. And this is Notre Dame's third true road game of the year. I mean, fourth true road game of the year. And it wasn't terribly long ago that they almost lost to Va Tech, who's not very good. We overrate Notre Dame. That's what we do, right? That's just what we do. I just think Virginia has a really good offense, can push this team a little bit. I think the public's going to be all over Notre Dame. One of my favorite plays of the week is Virginia. I think they have a chance to really make this ugly and keep it tight.
Speaking of coaches that have gone through some stuff, Steve Sarkisian, Texas does not appear to be back, at least not yet. No, we're still waiting on that. Texas now losing again, blown out by Iowa State. They're 4-5, and they have the video that was a player recorded on the bus with defensive line coach Bo Davis calling them all MFers. I don't know, over and over and over again. Some people say, hey, you can't call amateur players that. Other people say that's just how people talk, and that's fine, whatever, he's just mad. Steve Sarkisian, for his part, says it's passion, and he appreciates the culture and the passion and all of that. What happens from here at Texas? Is Texas, they're longing for the days of Tom Herman now, Adam? I mean, is this just a job that's cursed? Are we never going to see Texas back?
For the record, I think it was intense, but this is how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like if you've been, look, you know how this goes.
Yeah.
That is not something that is just a Texas thing. And I actually think Sark has handled it pretty well. He's had a weird couple of weeks, man. I thought Sark's points were valid. So I get that people probably don't want to hear that. And maybe it's weird to say like, hey, that's how it is, but I hate to say it. That's
how
the
it
way
is.
It goes.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, honestly. Like,
Texas actually needs more of that. I mean, so I really like the Sark hire, and I thought the results would be much better. It's got some Nebraska-y vibes that you've got quarterback play that's been inconsistent. If you don't have a quarterback, you're toast. But I think he should be able to recruit very well. The issue is, like, this is not like you're in the middle of the SEC. Like, you look at Arkansas' schedule this year, which includes Texas, by the way, and how difficult it is. Like, I like Arkansas. I think Arkansas is a good team. There is no reason for Texas to be under 500 ever in this conference.
No.
Now, it's going to join the SEC, and that you better get things right because the week in, week out grind is real. I'm not ready. I guess in some respects, we should all be ready to hit the panic button because this is the third coach who started 4-5, which is frankly mind blowing when you consider that how long that's been. And yet, I think Sark offensively is so good that if they can get some right pieces, we'll see what happens. But you've got to get the pieces, and there's not a lot of patience there. And so I understand that people are restless and wanting more. But Texas is not. I don't view this as like a Florida State bottoming out. Like, Texas can be pretty good. Like, that state is too good to recruit from. Sark is got a great message, I think, in terms of what he could do offensively. So it's just been a sea of bad, and they have to fix it. And it's just a matter of somebody doing it. But from the messaging standpoint, like, yes, Texas needs more of that. And I think, will that jumpstart it? Probably not. But I think that's a mindset that, frankly, more people probably need to have.
Well, it's there. It's happening. The mindset is, I don't know. I think some of that stuff, it's easy. It is easy to pile on at this point with Texas. Everyone loves to get the boot in and take their shots. Like piling on James Franklin the other day, a couple weeks ago when he got the team wrong, got the stadium wrong, and said he was focused on his job and all this that. I mean, that's just the way that it goes. If you don't want pressure, then I'd say go maybe work at UConn. And so that's maybe Jim Mora. A job that, Adam, I think somebody described it as the perfect hire because half the people say, why would Jim Mora want to coach there? And the other half say, why would they want Jim Mora to coach us? I think it's a perfect fight. That means it's got to be the right hire.
Good luck, Jim. Like, I don't have a strong take on this other than it's an incredibly, incredibly difficult job. And I think he's someone with some credibility that can go in there and at least change the conversation about where things can go. Right. And at this point, given the nature of this rock bottom, and this is the rockiest of bottoms when it comes to programs.
I hope so.
I don't know what other name you could expect and where the confidence would come from, right? So, but for him, I hope he's up for this because, studio job, everything else, there's some long days ahead. Like, and I mean, it's just, this has got to be an incredibly difficult job to do, knowing that you're going to get your teeth kicked in like every single Saturday for the foreseeable future. And from a mindset standpoint, I don't know what that would be like to jump into something this bleak. And we'll see how long he lasts. But I'm with you. I don't have a problem with it. What are you going to do if you're UConn? This is a really unique set of circumstances.
No, I think it's fine. No worries as far as that goes. Not easy, but it's fine as a move. Where are we on the Heisman race?
It's kind of a mess, is it not? Like,
yeah, I genuinely don't. I don't know. I mean, I at this point, I think a Tim Anderson or something like that should be in the mix because I don't think offensively we're looking for we're always looking for that offensive player, and I mean you've got a few, but no one that's just standing out. I mean, I think if you're going to give it to a defensive player, this is the year to do it.
You've got Anderson, you've got Jordan Davis from Georgia, both at 60-1. If you look at
Kobe
the odds,
Dean, you got.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you've got some guys, but if you look at the odds, you've got Bryce Young still at plus 180. Kenneth Walker, despite the loss at plus 280, has been superb. To me, if I'm handing the award out now, I'd probably give it to Kenneth Walker because he's been that good. You've got C.J. Stroud, who wasn't great against Nebraska, who's in a position to close at 4-1. You've got Corral at plus 550. Kenny Pickett, I have him at 75-1, at 25-1. That ain't happening, as painful that is. So what I think you have is the potential for something really exciting, right? Whether it's a defensive player, whether it's somebody to really come off the board. I mean, Bryce Young has been really good. And honestly, his issues against LSU, weren't really his issues. His offensive line couldn't block anybody. He didn't play a great game, but he's been fantastic. So I don't necessarily have an issue with him being in the mix as well, but he hasn't caught that wave yet. Like Devontae Smith had a definitive moment where every time he touched the ball, it was like you could feel it. And we just haven't had that yet, and it's almost Thanksgiving. So where we are is, this looked like a young Corral duel early on, and it's not that because I just don't think we've got a specific buzz for one player, and it could make it very exciting. And yeah, if you want a defensive player to win the award, Anderson, very much. I mean, he's the best college football player I've seen this year as well.
He was unreal the other night. I mean,
he is the best college football player in the country.
Yeah.
He's only a sophomore. He's the best I've seen, and Thibodeau obviously is superb for Oregon. If he's healthy, he's probably the dude. But if that's what this is about, I bet him at 60-1 this week, right? Like I want to ride the wave, and I think he has a chance to ride it.
And we were talking about Bryce Young still being the betting favorite, but I don't know. Like Adam, it's not a knock, but I don't know that I feel like I've got a good grip on what Bryce Young is as a quarterback yet. We've seen glimpses of really spectacular play, but we've seen a lot more freshman-y stuff than we're accustomed to from a Nick Saban guy. We've seen that he can run with the ball sometimes. Sometimes the decision-making is a little iffy. I thought by this point I'd have a little better feel for what he is as a quarterback, but I don't know that I'm quite there. I don't know that I know what to expect from a Bryce Young performance at this point.
Yeah, statistically, he's having pretty monstrous year.
Yeah, I mean, he's putting up numbers, absolutely.
Well, and also his style of play is just different. And I kind of like it, but it takes some getting used to because he's not a guy who wants to run for yardage. What he wants to do is extend plays, and he does it in a way. I said this to a friend the other day. When I used to watch Andrew Jones, like man center field, it almost looked like Andrew Jones was like loafing because he would glide to the ball, right? And Bryce Young has this. It's almost like he's gliding in and out of the pocket. It's beautiful, but it's different, and it's not the same sort of like dominating, overwhelming performance that maybe we're used to seeing from a position. So I think he's been good. I don't think the skill position talent, frankly, around him is nearly as good as it's been. They got 5 stars for days, but look at what has come through that program over the last couple of years. Of course you were going to see a drop-off. He's fun to watch, but you're right. It's not that same oomph that we've seen, and yet he's less than 2-1. So clearly a lot of people think that he's still the dude.
No question, and he may well be. He may well be. We'll find out a lot more over the next month for sure. Kramer, great stuff. Read Kramer, watch, see, view. He's all over the place. Just go to @Kegs and Eggs and see all the activity and check the Golden Tee as well. And just there's a million things going on, buddy. Hope you're well, and thanks again for checking in.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too.
He's our good friend, Adam Kramer.
Right.
Great stuff from Adam Kramer.
yeah, all
Love
the time.
talking to Kramer. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the Tigers in action as they take on East Carolina, trying to continue the momentum from last week and put themselves into official bowl eligibility. We'll talk about that when we continue here live from the Family Leisure Studios. It is grind time. Stick around.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hi, this is Troy Fivesh, owner of Fivesh Roof Services. If you need a new roof for your home or business, we hope to hear from you and will work hard to earn your business. We are experts and certified in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and gutter installation. I have been serving the Memphis area for over 20 years, and now with two of my sons working with me, we plan to be here for years to come. So if you need a roof, please give us a call. On a personal note, what a great time it is to be a Memphis sports fan. With the Grizzlies and the Redbirds and 901 FC, not to mention Tigers football and basketball, it's going to be a fun year. Thanks to Coach Silverfield and Coach Hardaway and their staffs for their dedication to the student and athletes, the University of Memphis, the City of Memphis, and us fans. Five Ash Roof Services, a proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Taco Bell presents a get-out-of-bedtime story. It's time to wake up from this amazing dream, even though you're jet skiing on lemonade. How extreme! And oh, look at that, you just won the lottery. Is that a castle? Take the keys, it's your property. What's better than swimming in space? Just wait for the big reveal. It's Taco Bell breakfast and it's actually real. So it's time to wake up and bid your dreams farewell. Because toasted breakfast burritos are waiting for you. Only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only.
The original hot dog factory in Spike's Wing, located at 4265 Hex Cross Road near 385. The menu offers a variety of all-beef hot dogs with over 20 choices. Try some of the best-selling favorites like the bacon wrap Memphis dog and even sausages like street Polish, Italian, or Jamaican jerk chicken. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 till 10, and Sunday, 11 to 8. Catering and event hosting is available. Have your next meeting or family gathering at the original hot dog factory. Now hiring team members. Apply in person. The original hot dog factory in Spike's Wing.
Hey, Jeff Allen, Randy here. It's time to party down and get happy over there at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah.
That's right, Randy, and we'll make you happy with the 41 MPG 2022 Kia Forte, $189 a month. 36-month lease, just $29.99 due at signing. Or a 2022 Kia Sportage LX, $199, 36-month lease.
Plus, don't forget 2022 Kia Sorento LX. You Gossett at $289, 36-month lease. And they're both only $34.99 due at signing.
Plus, you'll always get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, we'll make you happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
All 36-month leases, $650 acquisition fee, 30,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, must finance through Kia. Forte NE 415,838, MSRP 21,535, Sportage N 7011 110, MSRP 27,635, Sorento NGO 83,556, MSRP 29,215. Includes all rebates and incentives, must finance through Kia, excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/30/2021. Dealer stock only.
Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
Man, we're just not gonna do Silk Sonic. We're just not gonna do it.
I was doing movies and TV shows, man. I can give you some Silk Sonic.
On Fridays a lot. If there's a new album come out, we're just gonna have
to.
I can slide you something in there, man.
Yeah.
You didn't even recognize Fred G. Sanford at first, man. We got Fred G. Sanford.
What do you mean didn't recognize?
We got Fred G. Sanford. Now we got Shab.
What do you mean didn't recognize?
You recognize Fred G.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man. We're getting
Fred G.
What do you think about the Tigers?
It's gonna be a big game. I think they'll pull this one out. I think we'll pull it out, man. We pretty much we're right here in bowl eligibility spot. I think
we being me and you, or what? Me?
Yes,
Coach
right.
Prime?
I'm not a Tiger. You're right. You're right.
You part of the you and Seth Hennigan are going.
They've been good at home. I mean, you know what I mean. And ECU, they're about the same type of team we are. Mm-hmm. I think playing at home is going to give us the edge. Mm-hmm. We know what's on the line, bowl eligibility. You know, you got Seth Hennigan back. Yeah, we'll pull this one out. We'll don't bet no money on it. Don't listen to me on that. But yeah, I think we'll pull this one out.
Yeah, I think that it's a really important game, obviously because of the bowl eligibility, but also just because you want to continue to roll over and keep that momentum going. It's been a little bit of a weird season for the Tigers in that regard, as you know they've had definitely some ups, and they've definitely had plenty of downs. If healthy, if they can maintain health and all that, they have to be very careful too, because this is an East Carolina team that can turn you over, and that's been a something that has caused Memphis some issues, and they've had leads and have not been able to hang on to them. This is one of those teams that and they're coming off of a really strong performance against a pretty bad Temple team, super aggressive defensively, all that stuff, very important. And so, if you're not going to have an offensive line that can stop the blitz, if Seth Hennigan's not going to be able to identify the blitz, a lot of people, a lot of people also have to. You got to continue to talk about the offensive line, but also the quarterback has to identify the blitz, has to identify where it's coming from, has to identify what the reads need to be, and that's part of being a young quarterback and learning that. But if you've got a shoulder injury and you got a team that's aggressive and trying to come at you, you hope that it doesn't lead to another injury. So he's got to be very careful about all of that. So it's there's a lot to think about with this game. But I'm with you. I think the way things turned out last week, and the way that they stepped up, when it looked like they might blow another lead, and put themselves in the way they stepped up at the end of the game. I think they're in good mental shape for this game. Yeah, and I think that's all you can ask for.
They were able to stop the run last week as well. ECU is going to come. They're a run-heavy team as well. If they can repeat that, you think they'd be in business. So.
Yeah, we'll see. It's coming up at the Liberty Bowl tomorrow. When we come back, we'll talk to our buddy Kari Thompson. We'll talk to him about the prep scene. Playoff action continues tonight also. Of course, we'll talk to him about Coach Prime and Jackson State and sorry Celtics and all that stuff.
Oh, man.
As we continue here. Live and local. Hour number 2 on the way. Grind time on a Friday.
I'm Brian Elder, 867-0303. Hurricane season is upon us. Is your roof ready? Are your shingles laying down and sealed properly? Call me right now, 867-0303. They say you get what you pay for. That's why my opinion is free. Maybe you've got years of life left in your roof. If so, I'll tell you that. But if I find storm damage or a compromised roof system, I'll lay out some options for you. Don't let them tell you it needs to be replaced if it only needs a repair. Call me, 867-0303. Has your insurance company already seen it and rejected your claim? Maybe they're correct. Most of the time, they're not. They do tend to become more reasonable once I get involved, though. 867-0303. I'll measure your roof from outer space or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles, ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at TriumphAutoSales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
Hi, welcome to Furniture Depot. And you, come on in. Yes.
Couches are flying off the floor at Cheyenne's Furniture Store.
Sarah, can you go over to dining sets, please?
She needs more sales associates before shoppers take their seats elsewhere.
Can somebody get me a price check on trundle beds?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Barks now offers you just about everything you need for your furry family member. Daycare, luxury boarding, award-winning grooming, veterinary checkups, diagnostic services including digital x-ray, fluoroscopy, and ultrasound, complete dental service, vaccinations, preventative care for fleas, ticks, and heartworms, and just about any needed surgical treatment. And did I mention that we treat cats and all types of exotic pets? We are the newest member of the Barks family and the newest, most high-tech veterinary hospital in the Mid-South. Located directly across the street from Barks and Recreation, we are a full-service hospital with a fantastic, experienced staff. If you're having problems getting a timely appointment at your current vet's facility, we are here to serve you. Call us at 901-979-8888. Barks and Medication. Excellence in veterinary care.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Singh.
Kids run around my whole crib like it's Chuck E. Cheese. Put me in the jam with an X-Man in a U.
Be careful on this one. There's some a little language.
Yeah.
I'm always clean, brother. I'm always clean.
Okay.
Oh, man, y'all got to breathe. Ride in the back seat, man. Let's drive.
Yeah, just ride the back seat.
Lead.
Man, listen.
But this is the hardest cut on here to me.
Yeah. Yes. I listened to the whole thing through, so I can't quite. I hadn't decided yet. This is good though. The whole thing was good, man. It just flowed right. That was just a. I need more.
I like how Boosie Collins says he named him. Did you hear him at the beginning?
Yeah. Yeah. You don't believe him?
No, I believe him. Cool.
You call
name,
Boosie
though.
a liar?
Oh, of course not, man.
You about to get smacked around. Me and Bootsy. That was my phone wallpaper for a long time. My picture of me and Bootsy Collins in the back of FedEx Forum back many years ago. I forget, 06, 07, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I saw him. I was like, oh, man, Bootsy, come on. And he took me a picture with him. And, man, I don't know what happened to that phone, though. That picture is one of those, whenever you change phones sometimes, especially before the whole, like, cloud business, like, you lose. I lost it somewhere. I'm sad, man.
I already know.
It's a great pick, man. Me and Bootzilla.
Bootzilla.
Man. I mean, every bit, like when you talk to he is every bit of Bootsy Collins, man. Just talking to him, he's just exactly what you would expect talking to Bootsy Collins. Hey, the Peter. Yeah, all right. Love it. Nice dude. Very nice dude.
That's hilarious.
You sound like Shaq.
That's hilarious. That's very funny. I enjoyed that.
Where did you see him at again? At a Grizzlies game?
And it was.
Did he perform or something like?
Maybe he did. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was a Grizzly game or a Tiger game. I don't think, but he was in full Bootsy getup, so he must have been performing.
Mm-hmm.
Peter had Bootsy and Frazier.
The oddest moment, right?
Yeah, I was at the gas station over the Yeah, we were right there back where the visitors' locker room is. That area there.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to him for a while, and yeah, good dude.
Yeah, the oddest moment I saw at FedEx Forum was they had a surprise Montel Jordan performance. They wasn't listed on the thing. Like it was like 90. Like it was for the they had
for
teal
the 90s
jerseys.
night.
We had the 90s night with the teal jerseys when they first had the teal uniforms. And I'm like, bro, I know that's Montel Jordan. I'm singing this song. Like I heard this is how we do it.
Looking at
And
me,
then he comes out there performing. I'm like, dude, I know that's Montel Jordan. But he wasn't listed nowhere on nothing. It was like a surprise Montel Jordan performance. I was like, man,
I'll tell you mine. I'll tell you mine off air. If I tell you mine, they'll start a GoFundMe.
Deal.
What can I do? Tell me, baby. I'm telling you, it's fantastic. All right, so here we go. Okay, so I'm figuring this whole thing out here. Bootsy Collins, he was at the game, the Charlotte Bobcats Grizzlies game, March 17th, 2008.
Man, that was a while ago.
Yeah, there he is right there. That's him. Yep, sitting courtside.
Him and W.W. Harrington.
Nah, him and
Willie Harrington.
Him and David Porter, and their respective girls.
Yeah, could have seen him, AC Warden.
I got something to say, but I probably delete this.
Uh-oh.
You know who David Porter is dating right now?
Who?
And if it wasn't public, if she didn't have it on her Instagram, I wouldn't. He's dating like Kanye Anthony.
What?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, I was like, shout out to you, man. Props to you, David Porter. You talking about David Porter like the music David Porter, right?
Yeah.
Props to you, man.
Yeah.
The queen of Memphis sports. Yeah. We talk to Kari, see who he's dating out here. I bet he can't pull a Kanye Anthony out of his bag. Kari Thompson, what's going on, brother?
Who you got, Kari?
What's shaking? What's happening?
Who's the baddest female you dated since you've been in Memphis, Kari? Say your name.
Baddest
Yeah.
female? You got me dropping names. You got me. You can have me like naming sources, man. Come on now.
Come on, man. You
Janice
saying?
Broach?
Janice Broach.
Oh, man. Who's what? Who?
The OG, man.
Kim Clark?
Kim Clark.
Who?
Kim Clark. Come on. Come on.
You even know you
Hey,
ladies
Kari,
out.
Mary Beth Conley. I had to give me one of Mary Beth.
Conley, come on.
Mary Beth Conley, the OG.
Yeah, that's right. Mary Beth Conley, yeah.
Social media trendsetter.
You better be bad for Mary Beth Conley. I don't think you got enough. I don't know if you got enough
Got the
game for
juice,
Mary
man.
Beth. Yeah. Got to talk to my man Alex Coleman on that one.
Go ahead and drop a name, man.
Merle Purvis.
Merle Purvis, come on.
Who?
Oh, Merle Purvis.
Well, you tell me who, man. Who the baddest lady in Memphis you've
Remember
been
Kim
out
Hendrew back in the day?
Kim Hendrew was
Kim Crittenden.
yeah.
Come on, man. I can't. You know I can't be kissing and telling, man.
Oh boy.
just say you dry as a bone, man. Just say that.
I can't be kissing, period. I have to forget that last part.
just say these Memphis girls ain't feeling you, man. Just say that. You ain't got to start this. You don't kiss and tell. You a gentleman.
I can't lie. I can't.
Big dog.
Uh-oh. Girl, you looking at me and you thinking.
Carl, you kind of got like a Montel Jordan vibe to
Kari
yourself.
Thompson, and I'm right.
Yeah, the tall, you know what I'm saying?
Tall
mocha skin dude, man. You know, you might got a little play like that.
Coach Prime, Coach Prime gonna get you hooked up down there with some of the Jackson State folks. You know.
Coach Prime got to get his health right first.
Yeah, what's the latest on what's the latest on Coach Prime's Coach Foot situation?
He is in bad shape, according to this YouTube video that he posted. He is barely walking. He's in a YouTube chair. He said he can barely go to the bathroom by himself. I don't know if he's. Yeah, I mean, I'm taking him at his word, but he's actually in pretty bad shape. If this video that he released is believed.
You all right, bro?
I'm good.
Well,
I'm good.
Sound like you had a meltdown or something.
Getting emotional over here.
Yeah. Leaving Memphis.
I was just thinking, I was like, I just signed my lease,
Oh, you got your lease signed? You're good to go?
I'm good to go, man. I just signed my lease, so I think all of Jackson is hoping that Coach Prime is all right, but I'm really hoping Coach Prime is all right and staying.
Yeah, hopefully he's staying. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully all is going to be well. Tell me, Kari Thompson, tell me about Christian Brothers at Briarcrest in the 2 AAA the
quarterfinal.
Big time quarterfinal matchup. You're talking about a rivalry, a game, an extremely memorable game earlier in the year. Briarcrest get a 2 overtime win on a 2-point conversion in the second overtime that really jump-started Briarcrest's season and took it to the next level. Now Briarcrest is hosting for that reason. Had they lost, they would not be, but they are. So here we go. Does Briarcrest do the double, or does Christian Brothers have their hot continuation take them over the Saints?
I think I'm picking Briarcrest in this one. It's obviously very evenly matched. As you guys know, that was a 1-point ball game that went into overtime. When they played in the regular season, Christian Brothers couldn't stop Dallin Hayden and gave up 42 points. But Briarcrest scored 43 because they're just more balanced offensively. And I think that's what's going to put you over the top. Like, Dallin's going to get his, but, can the rest of the team come through with enough points in what should be a very high-scoring game? And if we're talking about a shootout, I just think Briarcrest has more weapons. So I'd pick them.
Peer Academy quarterback Tevin Carter, you had an article about him. He's been doing a lot of talking since he made his commitment to the University of Memphis. I love it. I don't really know too much about him. I know he says he wants to be to Tiger football what Penny Hardaway has been to Tiger basketball, which is, you're talking about the GOAT, you know what I mean, the king of Memphis type stuff. What is it about Tevin Carter that you think gives him that confidence, and what type of do you see him having that type of legacy where he might not be the king of Memphis like Penny is, but what type of legacy do you think he can leave behind going to the University of Memphis?
So Tevin has been highly recruited since 8th grade. He's had pretty much everywhere offer him. Ended up at Memphis. I think he's just confident because he's a really hardworking kid who's very talented. He has the size. He's 6'3", 220. He has the arm. You know what I'm saying? And obviously he can throw it quite accurately for all these schools to be recruiting him. So all the physical tools are there. It's an interesting situation that he's entering into because I'm of the opinion, I don't know how you guys feel, but I've been impressed by Seth Hennigan this year. I think he's done a great job. And he's a young guy. So there's definitely going to be competition. I think he has this type of confidence, one, because he has the ability, and two, because Melvin Cole, who's like a father figure, he's the coach of Pure, homeschooled Tevin for a long time. Melvin is a very confident dude. And Melvin talks like that. You can kind of see Tevin taking after him in that regard. The him wanting to be the next Penny quote was a Melvin quote, not a Tevin quote.
Okay.
But don't get me wrong, Tevin definitely is feeling himself and thinks that he's going to have a very successful career at Memphis. I'm rooting. I wish Tevin all the best. I just think it's going to be a really interesting competition next year. For sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that for sure. The school he goes to, Peer Academy, they're pretty. That school was made like in the last year or so, though, right?
Oh, dude, it's one of the most fascinating stories. Someone needs to make a movie out of this. Like, I don't know if you guys have connections with the film industry, but
I'm kind of plugged in on the film industry. Honestly,
I was saying, man,
me and Steve Spielberg and guys like that. Pretty,
Saying how familiar are you with the Pure story? Not at all.
No, what happened?
So basically, Melvin, who's the founder of Pure, he went to Briarcrest. He was a football star at Briarcrest. Ended up going to Bowling Green to play for a young Urban Meyer back in the day. He ends up getting hurt at Bowling Green and ends up doing some time for trafficking cocaine. And while he's in the prison, he kind of made a pact with God that if he ever got out, he would live his life purpose by saving young black boys from making the type of choices he felt he had to make. So when he got out, obviously he's a felon, so he had some issues working. He ended up owning a gym and to keep himself afloat, and then he ended up starting what was initially a homeschool program for at-risk inner-city youth, and then arranged for them to be homeschooled. And obviously there was always a sports component to it because that's partially how you reach these kids. And so Tevin is basically the last of the original group. He started off with one kid, and eventually it grew to like 5 or 6, I think, that he was homeschooling and having lived with them at the time. But now it's expanded to, it's a whole boarding school in Whitehaven with an actual campus. And yes, the kids live there. It's residential. So it's a really incredible, like, redemption story. I've never heard anything like it. It's just one of those only in Memphis type deals. It's
pretty amazing, and I agree. It would be a heck of a film. I'd love to see it. You talked about last week, and you mentioned that you expected Ravenwood to beat Whitehaven. They did, although it was not easy. I
got the score exactly right, Peter. I said 21-14.
Did you bet? Did you? I mean, hopefully you got in on that on FanDuel Sportsbook. Do they do high school? I don't know if they do preps, but hopefully you got in on that.
I don't high school sports quite yet, but it's in ink. It's in ink. I said
good.
It happened.
Good. Hey, whenever you can get the exact score right, it's very impressive. I still remember I picked the college basketball score, one score exactly right. NCAA tournament game, Arkansas Bucknell, 2006. The exact score. It was try to do that with basketball. Very difficult to do that. Anyway, I say all that because Ravenwood now goes to your favorite spot, Collierville, Tennessee, baby.
The Andy Kaufman of Collierville.
Word is that they're going to call it Carryville very soon. As a matter of fact,
you should do that. It's like a heel intro, man. I'm here.
Collierville,
I'm here in Carryville.
More like Carryville to me. Carryville hosting Ravenwood.
Isn't it named after Clayton Collier?
I believe that's right.
Yeah, it is. It's named after Clayton Collier.
So.
Imagine getting kicked out of your family lineage's school.
I know.
Like Clayton Collier.
It's Clayton Collier. It's unbelievable. It's very, very sad. So Collierville, undefeated, hosts a 9-2 Ravenwood team, but obviously a huge amount of talent, and a team that's got an amazing resume. Collierville trying to get back again to the quarterfinals, but it's going to be a lot more difficult to do that against Ravenwood. What happens here? If you're kind of looking at like the way the season's gone, I mean, Collierville probably should be favored in this game, and yet Ravenwood has that reputation and they have talent.
That's true. I'm picking Collierville though.
Oh, Collierville!
Trying to make a face turn.
Are a little. They're gonna be a little surprised at that. It's funny because I was joking with Joe Riccone after one of these games. He's like. I finally picked them in like week 8 or 9 to like win a game, and like he was like, "I almost texted you like, what are you doing? Like, we want you to keep picking." And so I was like, "Hey, coach, y'all on my radar now." And then some fan like overheard me and was like, "Radar? You should have been on your radar after we beat Whitehaven." Like, so I'm picking Collierville, man. They look too good. They look too balanced, and they have a really, really solid defense, which is what I think will put them off the top against Ravenwood.
Kari, Memphis is normally known for having some top level guard, especially point guard, in as far as high school basketball is concerned. What basketball player is up next on the radar as being that top point guard from the city of Memphis?
Chandler Jackson, no question. Chandler Jackson, Christian Brothers, 6'5", signed with Florida State this week. His recruitment was between UT and Florida State. He went with FSU. But 6'5" guard, dad played over the seas, so he has professional basketball pedigree. Christian Brothers went undefeated in the regular season last year and made the semifinals. I was shocked that they got bounced that early. I thought they were going to be state champs. Obviously, they have a very good shot to be in the mix as well, but I think no matter who you talk to, I think there's a consensus that Chandler Jackson's the number one player in the city this year.
So he's more of a combo guard or a point or what?
He's a big point, but he can be a combo guard, I guess. He's gonna bring the ball up for Christian Brothers, which is why at this level I say he's a point guard. But he certainly has the size to play this too at the next level for sure.
Why was Memphis not on the radar more with him than you would expect?
Because Memphis is recruiting everybody under the sun. What's she going to get, I mean, she already has everybody. Who else can Memphis get?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, Memphis's bench this year could probably beat a lot of starters. You got Jonathan Lawson redshirting.
Exactly. Who could have went to a lot of schools, for sure.
Like, Memphis is too loaded. Like, that's their problem. They have too many kids. Can't get everybody.
I see that Jerry Meyer has Chandler Jackson compared to Lou Dort from the Oklahoma City Thunder. So I'm assuming this because of defense or something. I'm suggesting. I'm assuming.
I mean, honestly, man, I haven't watched too much Lou Dort, so I don't know. But he's obviously very solid defensively. Chandler's for a 6'5" kid, he's not a 6'5" skinny kid. Like Chandler's built he's built like a grown man at this level, which is why he's able to bully his way to the basket and just get what he wants because he's just so much bigger and stronger than a lot of these guards at this level. But he also has the quickness. He has a nice mid-range game. Still working on that outside stroke, but I mean, he just has a really solid, strong game at this point. Pretty well rounded. Welcome, Christian Brothers.
Well, it's I am excited to continue to see the development here. I think it's going to be great. What's your weekend looking like, Kari? What are you going to do? What's the plan?
Heading down to Baton Rouge. JSU is playing Southern. It's actually LSU homecoming too, so there was no hotels left by the time that I tried to book one. So unfortunately came up on the Motel 6 at the last minute. But I'm being bad mood. Huge. If JSU wins this game, they clinch the SWAC East in a spot in the SWAC championship game. So they could clinch the game. They could clinch a share of the conference title against a rival, and this might be for Coach Prime's first game back. Who knows? It seems like he's in bad shape, but I'm not ruling it out. He might coach this week.
Well, I hope so. I hope Coach Prime's foot situation improves. Hopefully, he will do well, and for your sake, I hope that J-State wins the SWAC East and wins the SWAC championship and goes on and plays in the playoff.
Can't make the playoff because they're obligated to the Celebration Bowl. But the Celebration, yes, I want them to go win me a trip to Atlanta. Yeah,
that's exactly right. There we go. Come on, Cincinnati versus Jackson State in the playoff championship. Let's make it happen. Come on, quit holding out, people.
They're gonna play the MEAC champ, so it's probably gonna be Norfolk State or South Carolina State.
Not gonna be Hampton, that's for sure.
No, because Hampton's in the Big South now.
I know. Sad, man. Your team, you turned your back on the MEAC.
I know. It's unfortunate. Everyone is. Not Dan Bethune left too, and North Carolina A&T. Everybody's leaving.
It's last one out. Turn the lights off of the MEAC. All right, Kari, thank you. Appreciate it. And we'll talk again next week as you continue your jaunts up and down the southeast because you're a very, very busy man. All right, Kari, thank you very much.
All right.
He is Kari Thompson, ladies and gentlemen, who's now part of the Jackson Clarion Ledger. I think still part of the Commercial Appeal for a little while longer. But part of the Jackson Clarion Ledger covering Jackson State in addition to covering preps for the Memphis Commercial Appeal and probably on tender. So while he's out, is covering that beat as well. All right, so
tender beat.
That's right. So when we come back, we will continue. We'll talk a little bit about tonight's matchup. We'll also talk about the Tigers over the weekend too. The basketball Tigers taking on NC Central. What we want to look for in that matchup as well. Busy weekend here. We'll continue. Real Sports Talk, Sports 5698.5.
Hey, this is Eli Savoy. Greg Gaston and I have moved. Instead of Sports 56 middays, we are now Sports 56 mornings. That's right. Join us every morning from 7 to 10 right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
The Black Friday sales event is going strong at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike. Take your pick, 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x2 or 2021 Jeep Wrangler Sport, your choice. $549 a month and they're not leases, you own them. 2021 Chrysler 300 Touring, $31,945 or $469 a month. And hit the road hard in 2021 Dodge Charger, $32,565 or $478 a month. Plus top dollar for your trade at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat. So if you're looking for our best deal, drive past the rest and come to the best during the Black Friday sales event or shop online, GossettMotorcars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
75 months at 3.99 APR, $3,500 down payment. Must finance through Chrysler, Cherokee, MC 814,357, MSRP 39.9, Wrangler, MW 791,095, MSRP 39,045, Charger XST, MH 66,088.7, MSRP 34,065. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through the end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Bellyacre's motto is City-Fied Farm Fresh. The goal is simple: provide a fun, unique farm-to-table experience for the whole family. Two great locations, Regalia at 6130 Poplar and in Overton Square at 2102 Trimble Place. Overton Square hours Sunday through Thursday 11A to 9P, Friday and Saturday 11A to 10P. Regalia Sunday through Thursday 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Signature burgers are made from 100% grass-fed beef. Sandwiches, salads, and the best milkshakes anywhere. The burgers, so good, like the Dare Ya or the Double Dare Ya, and the melt in your mouth. And you have to try the Voodoo Moo Moo. It is the quality brand the Bellyacres team has developed using grass-fed beef with creative homemade toppings in a fun farm setting right here in the city. The goal at Bellyacres, to become even more sustainable as they grow. In Overton Square and in Regalia, the very best quality available in Memphis. Burger shakes and smiles at Bellyacres.
5-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. Roofing and siding, gutters too. We're the pros you can trust to get it done right. Call on us. 5-Ash Roofing, the name to know. 5-Ash Roofing, the only way to go. 5-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. 5-Ash Roofing.
Is that not the corniest thing you've ever heard? Can you believe I paid good money for that silly jingle? Well, the experts say make it memorable, and I think I got my money's worth. 5-Ash Roof Services, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. 5-Ash Roofing, 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
5-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Visit Frontier Western Store this summer to check out tons of new products. Frontier added so many new items in their women's boutique. There are daily arrivals with thousands of on-trend tops, jeans, and pants in stock at amazing prices. And guys, Frontier's your #1 Carhartt store. There's no one around with a larger selection of everyday fits and workwear. Wrangler and Ariat clothing also available. Frontier recently remodeled their entire store and expanded the world-famous boot showroom. Now there are even more dress and work boots in stock. After Ariat boots, then you've got to check out Frontier. There are over 1,000 pair of Ariat boots alone, and thousands more in other brands such as Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, and Twisted X. As if the selection isn't reason enough, there's Frontier's low prices. Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so when you're ready for your next pair, you know right where to come. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
It's not the first sounds of jingle bells that mark the official start of the holidays. It's not even the first signs of snow. The holidays start when you say they do. And that's why our Black Friday savings last for 30 days. So shop early or wait until 5 minutes before the party. Whether you're a holiday planner or a procrastinator, we've got 30 days of savings for you. Make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
Yep.
Dave.
Come on. I mean, it's so good, man.
I got a strange take on this album because this album is exactly what I thought it would be. It's a good album, but it sounds a little bit too good, if that makes sense. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
No. You think it's too produced?
It's just
you think it's too overproduced?
polished and
too polished.
It's
It was
too
much
perfect
needed.
sounding.
It's what they do, man.
Because I'm a big soul funk, fan, but this is just too perfect. It's like somebody imitating soul.
Come on, you from Memphis. You was right where it's pimping.
No, man, it's like imitation pimping though. Like
New age pimping. I'm with you.
nah, I gotta hear some. Yeah, I'm a bump. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a bump this joint for sure. I'm gonna ride there to Nashville tomorrow. I'm going to see my daughter.
Come on, right?
I told him my name, Bill Bixby.
She still hit me. Joe Blow.
Those who can't do it lose women.
Was a little freak that I used to know.
But MJG look used to it. You and I, me and you, situation getting sticky. Your mouth is saying no, but your body saying hit me. Remake all the. What if you just remade all the Memphis rap songs in R&B?
Oh, not the thermometer.
It's a nut.
I got Darian with that.
You know I'm saying them in my head. And I said, no, not the
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
She don't want to be seen. Oh man, she don't want to be seen.
Don't have to ask. Don't have to beg.
Oh man,
that's good.
Good stuff.
Woo. The new Silk
Nobody
song.
needs nobody.
I'm looking for the chewing. I'm looking for the chewing.
Lay back, lay. Say ah. Oh man,
that's fantastic. All right, so we got a big weekend, as we mentioned. The Grizzlies will play tonight. Tigers playing tomorrow. Any expectation with the problem for the Tiger basketball team taking on UNC Central? Do you have any issue there? Any concerns?
No, I won't be able to make that game. Kind of want to keep.
That's your concern?
Tabs on the team this year. But no, it's gonna be. I think it'll be more the same. Just more of a. These warm up games. The thing is, like, these games didn't feel like warm up games last year. These were games like Memphis was barely winning. Win's a win. It's like but it's a totally different situation this year. But just want to see more of a more production for some of the other guys we saw during and Bates go off last game. Just hope we could see more from some of the other guys that we kind of expected to have good seasons. A more probably a better game from Landers Nolly. I know you were talking about he was trying to get his own a little bit too much in the last game. Want to see him have a better game. Hoping I can see my guy Josh Minot. Why not Minot? Hoping I can see more of him. That's the guy I'm really taking a hard look at this year. So you guys know I'm fascinated by big wings. Shout out to Central Barbecue.
That's right.
But yeah, I just hope we can see more from some of the other guys we're expecting to have. Hope he plays less guys this game too. I don't want to see 15 dudes play.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'm sorry, man.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's definitely he seems like he's got that going. He's still trying to stick to a larger rotation, at least for now. North Carolina Central, by the way, coming off a loss to Richmond, 70-60 earlier in the week, which actually is not. It's not terrible. Like Richmond is not a bad team. They're actually a top 75 team coming into the season. considering most people. So UNC Central, having been absolutely miserable last year. I mean, again, Tennessee Tech was pretty awful last year. 5-win team. Very similar in terms of North Carolina Central and how bad they were. So it's you're not taking on some real huge opposition here. But as you pointed out, I mean, this is very similar to you can make the comparison to years past when these were teams the Tigers would play that would
get them in trouble.
You get a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's nervous about this one.
No.
And then coming up on Tuesday, things get a little bit trickier. Though St. Louis is better, certainly, and then Western Kentucky. So this week is kind of a little bit of a couple of easy games to kind of ease you into it, and then it does get a little bit trickier the next week, and then obviously you've got Virginia Tech. After that, the day before Thanksgiving, Georgia, Ole Miss, Alabama, Tennessee, all coming in that stretch. So the business will pick up, as our friend JR used to say, coming up for Memphis. So far, so good for the Tigers. Meanwhile, in FedEx Forum tonight, Grizzlies take on the Suns. Again, no Dylan Brooks tonight for the Grizzlies because of his managing his return.
Man, bro. Don't tell me these guys don't tell me this organization is trying to win as many games as possible. But here to go with the other stuff, man. Remember I was talking about the other stuff yesterday? Other stuff. Anyway, go ahead, Peter. My apologies, brother.
No, you don't have to apologize. That's kind of why I said it.
Glad you were setting me up.
The Grizzlies will obviously have to deal with. This is where the defense has to improve, and we talked about it yesterday, and I know Steven Adams was asked about it today after shoot around, and said that I believe his comment was something like, "We just need to get past bloody 30th into like bloody 29th or something. That would be better." Yeah, I agree. They are literally last in the league, so anything is up from here, and that starts with effort. It starts with intensity. These things that they've got to display. They've got to push it. They've got to go after it a little bit. And that's I don't Dylan Brooks being there or not doesn't change that across the board. It's not just Dylan Brooks. It's got to be everybody applying that same level of intensity. And tonight, this is a Suns team that has started off a little bit shaky, but they've gotten a lot better. They look like themselves again. And, despite all the distractions or whatever with Robert Sarver, they're playing really well. And, they can score a bunch of points on you. And Devin Booker can make you look stupid. And they got a good team.
All right. Well, let me throw out a hypothetical to you, Peter.
Okay.
Let's take
I love hypotheticals.
Let's step away from basketball and just look at the real world. Let's say that you, let me see, something that's crucial to your job.
Okay.
Let's say that you lost your voice.
Okay.
Oh, no. Right. Or you had some type of throat surgery or something like that. Yep. So you was like, Eli, I can't make it for 2 months. So, of course, Eli understands, all right, fine. Anthony, hold it down. I got you. I got Peter. It's my guy. I got him. Me and Darren will hold it down.
There we go. Thank you.
So you say, all right, Eli, I think my throat is good. I'll be back Monday. So Peter comes back Monday, has a great show like normal.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing talking about, well, I can't go Tuesday, but I'll be back Wednesday. Because I don't want to risk getting laryngitis again. Or another real-world scenario, you work somewhere and you broke your hand. And you need your hand to work. And now your hand is healed. Well, I'll be at work Monday. But I don't know about Tuesday because, But I'll be back Wednesday. What in the world does that mean? And then I have Grizz fans who are so bought. And I get it. This Grizzlies front office has done so much great stuff in a short amount of time that they've earned our trust. They've earned my trust. But I'm not gonna make an excuse for everything they say and act like I agree with everything they do because they are going to make a mistake. They're going to make major mistakes. This isn't a major mistake, but it's just weird stuff. Like if his hand was broken and now his hand is fine, not playing this game isn't stopping him from breaking his hand the next game. I mean, like we're talking about a hand. We're not talking about something that's like, well, I had a torn hamstring, so it's back, but I don't want to go out there and re-aggravate it. Like, bro, if your hand isn't broken anymore, like, what are we doing? Like, this whole Dylan thing is just making me so upset.
You got to re-aggravate a hand. You re-aggravate a hand.
You can?
I don't know.
Are they worried about him breaking this? I mean, what are they worried about? Go play basketball. If you break it down, breaking Wednesday is. I mean, I don't get it, bro. It's all. I think
crazy. Again, I think it's probably more about the whole wind and conditioning and all that stuff rather than the hand. That'd be my guess.
The man had 20 points the other night, just like off the couch, dropped 20. Let him go play basketball, bro. That's what he's there. That's what he loves to do. That's what he's born to do. Anyway, go Grizz. I'm done. I'm done getting upset about it because it's just they're going to massage every situation, man. They're trying to make the season, whatever they're trying to do, bro. I can't put a finger on what they're trying to do. They're obviously not tanking. I don't think they care about. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, man. It's like they're trying to only be so good. It is like why it just bothers me so much. Anyway,
and you really think that's the case?
Is something going, bro? Steven Adams played 28 minutes the other night, bro.
Say his name, then.
John Conchar played 18 minutes the other night. And Zaire Williams over there just lounging.
I mean, but you know, Zaire healthy?
Peter, quit trying to make sense of this stuff, bro. I'm not here for that at all. None of it. I'm not here to make sense of this crap.
I don't know. I'm with you on this one. I don't understand the rotations. I don't understand a lot of the stuff. I think some of it is data collection.
Now you know Dylan want to play against Devin Booker, bro. You know he want to play against Devin Booker.
But it's because they have back-to-backs. I mean, it's because they got they're preparing him for the back-to-back. He's going to play on Saturday.
That's against New Orleans, right?
Right.
Oh, Mike can be able to deal with the return of JV.
Oh yeah, it's JV versus Steven Adams. It's going to be.
See, look at that! Look at that! Look.
Garrett Temple.
Oh yeah. Oh, we didn't even talk about what Dylan said about the whole Garrett Temple thing and Shelvin Mack. We didn't even talk about that.
Shelvin Mack.
You got the audio in there, bro? Please find it before the show's over. It was Dylan when he got interviewed, and he asked him about how does he feel about coming off the bench. He was like, "Well, I've a couple of years ago, I came off the bench for Garrett Temple and Shelvin Mack." And I was like, man, said that man name like he was trash. But yeah, man. What do you think happens tonight, though? I think we take an L. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not. I can't. I mean, you never know with the Grizzlies. It's still too early to make too many sweeping conclusions, but I do think that defense. I got some serious questions about it. So.
And it's not just our defense, man. D'Anthony Melton and Bane can't be as bad as they've been for the last 2 or 3
years. Bane's got to make a shot. I mean,
and Melton's been horrible too, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I mean,
only thing that's the saving grace for Melton is that Bane has been somehow worse. Just being honest.
Yeah, Bane's been absolutely awful. So there you go. I'm sure he'll be better. These are slump. Things will change. He will hit a three, ladies and gentlemen.
Bane?
At some point.
At some point he will hit one.
He's gonna hit one. He's gonna hit another one. He's not done for his career. He will hit another one. I just hope it starts tonight. We'll wrap that up. We'll wrap it up on the other side with a little breaking news from the NFL. We'll talk about it when we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5.
You have opinions?
Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad.
We want to hear them. Call or text us on the AutoZone listener line at 360-8255. That's the AutoZone listener line at 901-360-8255.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
I have a great car shopping tip for you. Here it is. If you're looking for affordable luxury but don't want to pay new car prices, there's a great pre-owned auto dealership in the Mid-South. And boy, do we need it. It's Auto Universe Germantown. It's located at 7300 Winchester, where the old Mazda store used to be. I've been up and down their aisle. So many beautiful cars, trucks, and SUVs. Just about every make and model you can think of. Like Mercedes, Lexus, Infiniti, Audi, Honda, Nissan, Jeep, Toyota, and Chevy. I'm running out of breath. Go see my friend Zach or Sonny. They'll be delighted to help you, or check them out online at eautouniverse.com. This family-owned and operated dealership just moved from their old Covington Pike location. You may recall them there.
So much space, so many vehicles. Affordable luxury, and you'll love the no-haggle pricing. Plus, if your vehicle needs service, their department is top-notch with no wait times. No wait times. They even have a collision center. Auto Universe Germantown is the place to sell your vehicle, too. So take my word for it. You're going to love this place. 7300 Winchester, just off 385, and eAutoUniverse.com.
Memphis, it's official, honey. Crab Kings is where it's at. The best seafood with 7 flavors to choose from. Try the shrimp, chicken, salmon, and fried lobster pastas. There's snow crab, king crab, dungeons, and more. Please don't forget about the calamari, shrimp, and lobsters, honey. The portions, the price, the taste is only at Crab Kings. Download our app and search Crab Kings on Google. Visit us at crabkingstn.com. Crab Kings, where the flavor is king.
It's not the first sounds of jingle bells that mark the official start of the holidays. It's not even the first signs of snow. The holidays start when you say they do. And that's why our Black Friday savings last for 30 days. So shop early or wait until 5 minutes before the party. Whether you're a holiday planner or a procrastinator, we've got 30 days of savings for you. Make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Get to Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike for your 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander, just $349 a month. And get our stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Run, don't walk to Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Dr. NCO 33599 MSRP 29345 84 at 4.9% APR 3,000 down includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/30/2021. Dealer stock only.
Push the limits of what's possible in the all-new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. With a bold exterior and premium interior, Outlander reimagines the SUV. Rule the road with Mitsubishi Super all-wheel control and wireless smartphone technology. Plus, an industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Drive one today, starting at $31,702 at Gossett Mitsubishi. Get Thunderstruck.
Super all-wheel controls an available feature on all trim levels. Price based on an SEC UV. Important restrictions and rules apply. See retailer for limited warranty and more details. Offer ends 12/13/21.
Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
Good chewing.
I mean, this song is just so smooth.
Gonna take you to the 666 clubhouse. I got a profit you've already dug out. I'm gonna run outside me. These things. wanna complain.
The Black Rain. Hey, that jump was so bumping it came out.
North Memphis, South Memphis, Westwood, Orange.
Somebody needs to do that for real, man. Just take all the old Memphis rap songs and just make ballads out of them. Why not? Why not, I ask?
Dogging out these
you know who
like
be
Jerry
perfect for that?
Lawler.
I wish he was still around. Bill Chill.
Yeah, man, somebody do that for real.
Yeah, Bill Chill. Rest in
I
peace,
need the
Bill
E's
Chill.
and T's and big booty.
Make a ballad out of it. Out of A and T.
Shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em He's a two-way freak.
Yeah, man. Memphis rap, nothing better. Nothing better than Memphis rap, man.
Come on, man. That's what we need right
Come
there.
on now.
That's what we need right there. You can hit us up on the AutoZone listener line, 360-8255, 901-360-8255. I mentioned going to the break, a little bit of breaking news. Indeed, it is broken now, and it's interesting news for the NFL. John Gruden is suing the NFL and specifically Commissioner Roger Goodell. He claims, through his attorney, through a malicious and orchestrated campaign, the NFL and Commissioner Roger Goodell sought to destroy the career and reputation of John Gruden, the former head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. He said Gruden's lawyer said that he was forced to resign. He said in the complaint, when their initial salvo did not result in Gruden's firing or resignation, defendants NFL ratcheted the pressure by intimating that further documents would become public if Gruden was not fired. They followed through with this threat by leaking another batch of documents to the New York Times for an October 11th article. On October 7th, John Gruden was the head coach of the Raiders on a 10-year, $100 million contract. By October 11th, he had been forced to resign. Not the NFL. Conspiring against somebody and keeping them away from a job?
Yeah, I'm sure that 100% happened.
Well, I mean, it's. I think maybe could he call Colin Kaepernick to the stand? I mean, with this the interesting bedfellows, how
right.
The NFL conspiring to cost somebody a job. That's
he probably
not the first time we've heard allegations like that coming in. A little bit of a different situation, but
totally different.
But the NFL certainly has a history of not being afraid to. Probably be a little proactive in stuff like this. But I love the discovery process is wonderful. And I hope that is the case. That's the best part about this whole thing. You know, whenever you have lawsuit situations, you have discovery, you know, where the attorneys from one side can get information that they need that's relevant to the case. And if that leads to acquisition of the emails that the NFL is sitting on, that giant treasure trove of emails that the NFL is sitting on and refusing to do anything with, well, that's not a bad thing. And I can only hope, fingers crossed, that we can see that coming. Hopefully that will continue to be the case. Just like our friends over at FanDuel. FanDuel Sportsbook. You know FanDuel Sportsbook. You love FanDuel Sportsbook. They make it so easy for you each and every day to have a little bit of extra fun. And you know how it is, man. You just want to, do a little fun weekend betting. Well, you got a great Sunday slate coming through. In Same Game Parlay, it is the way to have extra fun. You want to do a Chiefs-Raiders Same Game Parlay? You want to celebrate John Gruden by picking those Raiders? Hey, go for it. You think Patrick Mahomes is going to get out of that little slump and go over in the passing yards? You think that they're going to do over that total? Boom. Build that Same Game Parlay. Make sure that you are good to go there. And if you bet a same-game parlay with 3 legs or more, and if your bet doesn't win, FanDuel will pay you back up to $10. That's right. You get a $10 risk-free bet every week. They do it every week. NFL Week 10 continues, and that's why FanDuel helps you to get the most out of every play. There's no feeling like nailing that same-game parlay bet, so lock in your bet today on FanDuel Sportsbook, and you get up to $10 back if your bet doesn't win. If you're new to FanDuel Sportsbook, hey, sign up today with promo code BIGHEAD. It's because I have a giant head. So use that promo code BIGHEAD to also receive 30-1 enhanced odds on either team to win during Monday night's matchup between the Rams and the 49ers. That's right, the Rams with OBJ in tow. Win $150 on a $5 bet. That's promo code BIGHEAD. So they know I sent you. Got to be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. Refund issued is non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $10. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Same game parlay available for multiple sports in all states on mobile and web. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789. This weekend, saying you got big plans.
Oh yeah, man. Head to Nashville to see my daughter tomorrow. Gonna spend the day with her and Gabe.
Nice. You going to the game tonight?
Yeah, I'm going. Me and Gabe are going to the game tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, and Sabrina, and Gabe are getting together tomorrow. Yeah, and got some other plans for Sunday. I ain't gonna tell you nothing though. But yeah, don't worry about it.
Darren, you got a big weekend coming up?
Give me a break. No.
Okay.
Hanging out, man.
Okay.
Met Darian's son at the last Grizzlies game too. He looks just like Darius. It's like a teenage Darius. That's so funny, bro.
He was very pleased. He's like, that's it. Yep, that's him.
Okay.
Man, I be feeling like a real celebrity out here sometimes, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. When people walk up on me and say that type of stuff.
He has a picture of Peter on his wall, waiting to get signed.
For real?
Nah.
I was about to say, good God.
We can make that happen.
Trying to get a media
we can make that happen if you want. I'll be happy to sign it.
Hey, man, I've told you. Like, quit worrying about these Grizzly games. Get you the hustle credential, man. That's where the food is.
But look, I know you like football, but he actually did win MVP of his soccer team.
Hey, there we
what
go.
school is he at?
Yep. Huh.
What school is he at?
He's at DeSoto Central.
Oh, okay.
What position does he play?
Mid something. I don't know.
Mid something.
Midfielder. I don't know.
Mid, come on.
I don't know.
Darren, he's playing soccer.
He's not goalie.
Support this man.
When he was a
Support
child,
this
he
young
was a goalie.
Support this young man. He's out there playing God's sport.
He scores the most goals on the team.
Yeah, he's playing forward, playing midfield, he's probably all over the place. This kid's gonna be good.
They talk to me like he's
man. He's gonna be good. Kid's gonna be good. You support that kid.
Always.
Don't be
always.
like, oh, he's playing mid something. I don't know. No, come on.
I think
Midsummer Night's Dream.
I don't want to be wrong.
Midshipman or something.
Midshipman.
No, we're not doing this. Middle Tennessee. No, we're not doing anything.
MTS.
Come on, man. This is the real deal. Let's get it.
Middle linebacker.
So, all of that to say that it's going to be a big weekend. Hopefully, you will enjoy it yourselves. We'll be back on Monday with a lot more fun. Coming up next, you know it. You love it.
Gabe and Stats.
Our friend Gabe. I saw Gabe poking his head in just a little bit ago. Gabe Kuhn. And, of course, Brett Norsworthy, the Stats man. He will come your way as well. So they've got a big weekend. We've got to talk about a huge amount of football, all that good fun stuff. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks to Adam Kramer. Thanks to Kari Thompson. Thanks to Anthony Sane. Thanks to Darian. Thanks to me. Got to thank myself.
Your mama, your auntie, and your daddy.
That's exactly right. Don't be scared. Everybody have yourself a great weekend.
Tiger Nation, Saturday, November 13th is going to be an action-packed day you won't want to miss. Start off your day with football against ECU at 11 at Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium. Take advantage of the Chick-fil-A family plan for only $80, which gets you 4 tickets and 4 Chick-fil-A meal vouchers. Then finish the night off with Tiger basketball at the FedEx Forum as men's basketball hosts North Carolina Central at 6. For tickets, visit GoTigersGoTix.com.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
It's not the first sounds of jingle bells that mark the official start of the holidays. It's not even the first signs of snow. The holidays start when you say they do. And that's why our Black Friday savings last for 30 days. So shop early or wait until 5 minutes before the party. Whether you're a holiday planner or a procrastinator, we've got 30 days of savings for you. Make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Need to sell your home? You're in luck because I buy houses. All you have to do is call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pin, 901-406-1101, or just save it in your phone. Bill at I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses buys houses in any area, in any condition, at any time, as simple as that. I Buy Houses is guaranteed to close in 5 days. So if you need your cash fast, just call Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. Has your house been on the market? Were you just tired of renters? Or is it just time to start over? Well, avoid repairing, cleaning, painting, and prepping your house. Just pick up the phone and call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill at I Buy Houses. If you're in Southwind, South